My name is Sowoon Kim. I am 14 years old and I wrote a book. For my elementary school yearbook, I was asked what I wanted to be as a grown-up, what I wanted to be in the future, and I said that I wanted to be an author. I think 12-year-old me would have never believed that her dream would come true in only 2 more years. On 2019, I started writing a book called As Fast as the Wind. It was a historical fiction novel set in the Battle of Marathon. Unfortunately, I never got to finish this book because the computer I was working on, it crashed and I lost all my files, including my novel, and I never got to recover these files. And after this incident, I simply forgot about writing. I picked up other passions, and it was like writing had never been a part of my life. But in July of 2020, I was surfing through YouTube, and then I found a video that really made my love for writing rise up once again. In her video, I wrote a book when I was 13. It sucked. Military Franca recounts her experience as an extremely young author, how it was to write her book and publish it. And when I watched that video, I was like, wow, a 13-year-old actually finished a novel and then published it. And I was like, I wish I could do that too. And that really motivated me to actually pick up writing again and write a book from the beginning to end. For more than a month, I did nothing but brainstorming. I would sit in my room with my notebook and brainstorm all day, write down all of my ideas. I had a ton of ideas. For example, there was this one idea about, I think it was a romance novel about 2 people who live in enemy nations and they like meet coincidentally, fall in love, something like that. It was really cringy. Honestly, all of my ideas sucked. None of them really stuck with me. None of them really clicked. So I was getting really frustrated. I was getting really stressed. After over a month of brainstorming, I decided to take a break. And during that break, I watched the movie Lion. It was basically about a little kid who gets lost in a train station, and when he grows up, he tries to find his parents, his family, and his home. I really recommend that movie. It's really good. And as soon as the credits rolled in, I was sure that this movie was going to be the main inspiration for my first novel. Soon after, I started writing my first draft. Honestly, I didn't plot that much. Like, I'm a pantser, so I didn't plot at all, and I didn't do much planification, which I honestly regret. I think it would have been better to have a solid plan of all of the scenes and the plot and all that. But for the first draft, all I did was word vomit. I just pantsed it all through, and honestly, it was such a mess. The plot was really incoherent. The characters, their personalities were really inconsistent. And also, my first draft was basically a rip-off of the movie Lion. So basically, the first draft of my book was a mess. I started my first draft on August of 2020, and it took me 29 months to complete it. I finished it on September of 2020. After completing my first draft, I printed out the document, and here it is. Oh, sorry. Here's my first draft. I printed it out, read through the whole manuscript, and as soon as I finished reading the manuscript, I was like, okay, there's a lot of editing to do. Having learned from my past mistakes, this time I actually planned and plotted some stuff about my book for the second draft, and that's when I really started to feel a burning passion for my novel. I Really liked the characters. I felt passionate about the plot, the story, and all that. Because the first draft had basically been a ripoff, I didn't feel like the story was my own, but during the second draft, I really felt like the story was made by myself, that it was made from my creativity. It took me like 3 weeks to finish draft 2, and I continued to edit and edit and edit and edit for like 1 year and 5 months. After draft 3, I had my first beta reading round, which was also a mess because I had absolutely no experience about beta reading, but the feedback was really helpful, so yeah. And then after draft 4, I had my second beta reading round because I knew my first beta reading round had been a mess. And this time I organized myself much better, so I had more beta readers. It was a better experience for the beta readers. And after draft 6, I hosted my third beta reading round, and this time I got like 15 beta readers, which was 6 more beta readers than the second round, and all of their feedback was extremely helpful. Like, all beta readers' feedback was really helpful, so shout out to you guys. Thank you for everything, for your feedback. It was really helpful. And after draft 6, it was then that the story really formed. Like, it was then that the story started to finalize, if you get what I mean. Because after draft 6, I only had to do minor edits, like cut out some scenes, rewrite some scenes, proofreading, line editing. And on March 13th, 2022, nearly 2 years after starting my novel, I finished my book. Writing my book took about 1 year and 6 months. It was a really rough but a really fun process, and you may be asking yourself, what is your book called? You haven't told us anything until now. Well, I called it A Gleaming Shard of Glass. I had the idea for that title around draft 5 when I came up with a metaphor for the main character's character arc. Now let's talk about the whole publishing process for my book. I got a book deal for A Gleaming Shard of Glass last year on July of 2021. I got a book deal with Lost Island Press, which is a hybrid publishing house where I actually work as a content creator and translator. However, there was a last-minute change of plans. My publisher and I decided that the best route for my book would be self-publishing. Some factors include marketing, target age. So A Gleaming Shard of Glass is getting self-published. Yay! It's getting released on July 9th of this year, and here is the cover. I love it. Shout out to Ragged Rocket for designing it. It's really pretty. Now that I have talked about writing and publishing and all the process that went through getting this A Gleaming Shard of Glass done, let's talk about how you could read it for free right now. Today, April 1st, ARC applications for my novel are going to open. You may be asking yourself what an ARC copy is. An ARC copy is short for an advanced reader copy, and it is a copy of a book that gets distributed to people before release, so that they can spread the word about the book through reviews on Instagram, Goodreads, or any type of social media. Well, great news! Anyone can apply to be an ARC reader for A Gleaming Shard of Glass. All you need to do is fill out the form that is in the description box, and I'll go through your application, and maybe I'll accept you and send you a free ARC copy of my book. However, only apply if you are willing to finish the book by July 9th and post a review on your social media. It could be Goodreads, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, whatever you'd like. If you apply to be an ARC reader and are accepted, you will immediately be entered into an international giveaway for the chance to win a paperback signed copy of A Gleaming Shred of Grass. There will be 2 winners. Speaking about giveaways, there's one more thing I need to talk about, which is the pre-order giveaway or pre-ordering in general. Today, other than ARC reading applications being opened, pre-orders for A Gleaming Shred of Glass went live on Amazon. If you pre-order my book and send me a screenshot of the pre-order through my email, which I'm gonna put in the description box, you will be entered into a international giveaway as well to win a free paperback copy, signed paperback copy of my book with some free merch. If you are interested in pre-ordering or ARC reading my book but aren't sure if you should, I'm gonna link a little book site of my book that includes the blurb, the trailer, and all that in the description box so that you can check it out and so that you can make sure this book is right for you. And also there are some trigger warnings. This book is a dystopian middle grade novel, so there aren't a lot of trigger warnings, but there are some stuff you should know just in case. Be sure to check out my book trailer, which is in this same YouTube channel. I don't know where that little sticker thing is, but wherever it is, it's in the top. There's the book trailer. Click on it if you're interested. Thank you for being here and see you in the next video. Bye!